Salina. It's a vibe, baby. Oak Cliff girl, can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl, put them heels on and prove.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You gon' be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Good morning. It is 12:14 a.m. where I am. I got me a nap earlier today. So I'm feeling I'm still up. But I did have a topic that I want to go over, and I had a video I want to share with you. So it's basically kind of like a reaction to a video, but it is a very this title is I would say needed to how to deal with wishy-washy people. The simplest way I can explain it: get them the hell away from you. Okay. Wishy-washy people, as my grandmother would say, sometimey people. Sometimes they like you, sometimes they hate you. Sometimes they happy for you, sometimes they hating on you, and hey Marcus, how are you? And a lot of the times, sometimey people, that's the same as wishy-washy. It's kind of like how can I describe a wishy-washy person? Basically, like I said, sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't. And I would say wishy-washy people, sometimes people are the worst people you can deal with. Um, as a content creator, I have experienced all types of people, but one thing that I find in common with a lot of what I have dealt with on YouTube is a lot of sometimey ass people. They act like they like you for a little while. You do something to piss them off. Instead of them letting you know what's going on, they start acting funny. They start acting different. And I'm the kind of person, I will let you know if you offend me in any type of way. You won't have to wonder with me. When you start to see that I'm a little standoffish with you, you will know, because I will let you know. Now, I might not let you know at the very beginning, for the simple fact I have a temper. And at times, if I say something then, it might come out real wrong and raw. So sometimes I just kind of wait until I know I'm in a better mood, a better spirit, and I can be able to express myself with the right tone, and with the right words to express to you how offensive on whatever you did to me. And then we can have a conversation. And I'm kind of one of those people. Hey, Taryn. I'm kind of one of those people, Marcus, where I sometimes match people's energy, but for the most part, I really do try to make sure that I'm in the right spirit when I talk to certain people, especially if there's a confrontation. Um, I had a situation, and I had a friend. I got mad at him about something that he said, and I had to kind of calm down a little bit before I approached him. And then when we finally did have the conversation, I told him how much what he did was really offensive to me. And I asked him, did he mean to do this particular thing, or was it directed to me? He expressed to me later that no, it was not directed to him, and that he is a direct person. If he had an issue with me, he would have let me know. And we went on from there, and we ended up actually having a good conversation, and we came to the meeting of the minds. And see, that's how adults do things. If a person has offended you any kind of way, let's just have a conversation. But a lot of the times, people are so fake, they don't want to have a conversation. What they want to do, and I'm talking about people that you've actually had some type of camaraderie with. Is you don't even have to necessarily be friends with them, but you have been cool with them to an extent. And you either, talk to them, on DMs, or you've talked to them on the phone. So you have some type of, I would say, cordialness. Again, you're not friends, you're cordial with the person. You've talked behind the scenes or whatever. And then when things happen, or if there's a conflict or something that goes on, instead of the person saying, you know what, after they done thought about it and they done calmed down, I really didn't like what you did. What they do is they block you, or they ignore you, or they, just, you can tell people's vibes is different towards you. And like I said, I'm not the type of person, I'm not going to let it linger. Eventually I'm going to be like, you know what, yeah, you offended me, or I didn't like what you said or how you said it. It's real simple. And so, hey, SBK. And so as I mature in myself as a woman, I'm learning how to be able to deal with confrontation without blowing up. So sometimes I need some time to kind of simmer down, and once I simmer down, I'll have the conversation with you, because I want you to know the reason why I felt or I did a certain thing, so nobody will be in the dark about it. And so that's what adults do. We're not, we have to learn, stop being passive aggressive with people, and some stop being sometimey. But I noticed that a lot of times when you are dealing with people, especially in the social media platform, you dealing with a lot of disingenuous people. Some of the same people that say, I'm real, I keep it 100, I'm not afraid. Hey, real odds, I'm not afraid of confrontation and all this kind. I tell it like it is. Be the main ones that will duck and hide. And then that is when you're like, people's character really shows up. So when you're going through confrontation with people, the real them will come out. So so for me, since I know who I am and what I am capable of saying and doing, I always take a time to simmer down, make sure that I am being logical and not just going to some, going at somebody because of my, distorted feelings. Because sometimes the way we feel, it might not be true, but sometimes it is. So a lot of the times you have to kind of step back. I would say observe the situation, and don't be so quick to judge. That's why you have to have conversations with people. But if those I would say conversations are, or you don't value that person or even having a conversation with that person, then of course, yes, just walk away. And that just goes to show you, at the very beginning, them really saying that they were cool with you, that they were there for you. That just goes to show you that all of that wasn't as true as they said. So I do not like dealing with sometimey people. I avoid them like a plague. I try myself not to be sometimey. I do sometimes take breaks from sometimes certain people, but I still try to treat them the same. But I will sometimes step back, because I want to observe to see if what I'm seeing, if what I'm feeling, is it true? And then sometimes I will even, like I said, go to that person when I feel like I'm in a better state, and be able to approach a person and be direct with them on how I'm feeling about a matter. Because a lot of times when we think we should speak on something, and that comes with emotional intelligence, we shouldn't speak on it. maybe it's not the time for it. And you just never know kind of where that person might be, or maybe where you are. When I'm going through stuff, or if I'm, hey, disloyal, when I'm feeling a way about something, I got to take some time to myself, because I don't want that other issue running into the issue that I'm thinking I'm having with you. Because sometimes we jump out, I would say, kind of bundle all of our issues, and we kind of take it out on people, when we have to learn to compartmentalize what we're going through. And so sometimes I'll just have to kind of just thank you, disloyal. Sometimes I just have to kind of step back and just let people be. But I just noticed, like I said, wishy-washy people, stay the hell away from them, stay the hell away from me. And I try my best not to be wishy-washy. I try not to be what I hate. I try not to be a hypocrite, a walking hypocrite, because like I said, me telling you something and I'm doing the same thing, to me, that is a that to me, that's not something to me. I saying that I'm a solid person. It's saying that, I need to work on that myself instead of telling other people. So I always try to make sure, am I being wishy-washy with this person? Hey, Smitty. Hey, Emmanuel. Am I being wishy-washy? Or am I just kind of just taking a step back? But you'll know the difference. Like I said, with me, if you ever ask me anything, of you, say for instance, if you had my number, or we talk to each other behind on social media, and you ever came to me and you say, Selena, I'm feeling a little different. I haven't, you don't come around. I'm feeling a certain way. Is there anything that I've done to you personally? If and that's if you care enough, and in our relationship is like that, then I will say, either no, it has nothing to do with you. I'm just taking a step back because I just don't want to be any kind of, mess or anything. Or, yeah, I didn't like what you did or said in A, B, and C. Hey, Bolo. So sometimes it is, like I said, with me, you'll know. I'm not going to run for I'm not going to start confrontation, but I'm not going to run from it either. I understand, as adults, hard conversations are inevitable. It's something that we can't get past. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that a lot of the times people, they're not really about having conversations. Um, you know, they're about going with their perception, and that's fine too, because that just lets me know who you are and who I'm dealing with. So thank you and goodbye. So I'm gonna play this video and get your feedback, and a lot of other things I've learned too while being living, as long as I have been living. Everybody's not supposed to be in your inner circle. There's some people that's supposed to be in the balcony, way in the balcony. And there's some people that's not even supposed to have any ticket to your life. In the balcony, they can still see you, but they up there, while they're watching you shining. They watching you progressing in life. And that's where they need to be. They don't need to be close to you. They need to stay in that balcony where they can see you. And then you got the other people that don't even need a ticket. They don't even need a ticket to your show. They don't even need a ticket to your life. Them the type of people you keep on the outside, like, no, you can't come in. I don't deal with people like you. Uh, I'm trying to keep from being like you. And then there's people that you have close to you, that's your ride or die people. The people that's actually praying with you, the people that's actually telling you the truth when you're wrong, the people that calling you, say, hey, I ain't heard from you, what's going on? Those type of people. Those are the people, those ride or die. Those are who you have in that inner circle. But the mother niggas, they stay out there. Excuse me for saying that. They stay on that balcony, and they stay and some of them don't even get a ticket. So we keep those people away from us. And so and a part of well, I would say a group of people that you definitely keep away from you is the wishy-washy, sometimey folks. Sometimes they love you and sometimes they hate you. Sometimes they like you, sometimes they can't stand you. So sometimes they're rooting for you and sometimes they're jealous of you. So those are the sometimey people. We definitely learn to keep them either on the balcony, and some of them we just keep them outside. Don't even come in on the stage. um, you will be much happier in life when you have less people around you. Okay, let me say that again. You will be much happier in your life if you have less people around you. See, I'm the kind of people, I can have a few friends and I'm good. I don't need everybody to like me. Guess what? Because I don't like everybody. So it would be disingenuous of me to uh to think that everyone should like me or I like everyone, because that's not true. There is people I do not like. There is people that I have grown not to like. There is people that off the bat you don't like. So hey, so I'm no different. Everybody's not going to gravitate to each other, and for different reasons. It could be a personality, it could be the spirit of the person, it could be a lot of different reasons why people do not gravitate to certain types of people. But one thing that has always irritated the hell out of me, and I tried to work on it myself, is not to be sometimey. You know how some people say, "Oh, I don't like it." I've met some people that say, "I don't like a sometimey person," and they're real. You're like, "But you sometimey." So I always have to ask myself, "Am I being sometimey?" And I have my friends and people to ask, "Am I being sometimey?" Now, moody and sometimey is two different things. We all go through our moods. As a woman, I have moods that go up and down because of my menstrual cycle. That's just what it is. We have our moods, but for the most part, I'm pretty consistent with the people I fool with. And if I'm not consistent with you, it's because maybe I don't fool with you. Yeah, it is because I don't fool with you, and I'm really just trying to be cordial. So, but I always try to be cordial with people. Never try to be just blatantly mean, unless you take me there. So one thing I said that I really hate was wishy-washy people, and I work on it myself. I make sure that I'm not being wishy-washy. I try to be consistent with the people I fool with, and make sure that if I'm not, I give them the permission, because I ask people to hold me, people that I trust, to hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. When you feel like I'm being a hypocrite or I'm being wishy-washy, I always tell my friends that I don't want none of my friends lying to me. I don't want none of my friends agreeing with everything I do. Why? Because again, that's fake. Everybody's not going to agree with everything you do, and you shouldn't think of anybody doing that. Like, why would you want somebody to agree with everything that you say? Why would you like somebody agreeing with everything you do? I want some friends to tell me when I'm downright wrong. I want some friends to tell me if I'm being a hypocrite or not. That's what real friends do. They hold you accountable. Okay. And I'm a real friend to my real friends. But let me just say this, and I think I've said this before. If you're coming on YouTube as a content creator or a subscriber and you're looking for friends, this is not the place for you. Every now and then you will meet good people. Every now and then. I have met a few people that I can maybe count on, that I talk to personally, one hand, right? Maybe a little bit, some fingers on the second one, maybe. Okay. But that is few and far in between. That it is something that doesn't happen all of the time. I've met more people that pretended to be cool that ended up being not being cool. I had more people thinking that I should do what they want me to do, and when I didn't do what they wanted me to do, or what their ideal in their mind they wanted me to be, or thought I was. Um, they were sadly disappointed, and then of course they went on and I went on my way. So a lot of the times, if you're looking for friends or you're looking for real connections, it is rare. I'm not saying it can't happen. It can happen. Like I said, I have a few people that I consider someone that I would consider getting to know or being a friend. But for the most part, you know, these people on here are cutthroat, just like in real life. People are cutthroat. They are malicious. They are vindictive, and and they're very. Those are people that they are so malicious. Sometimes you won't see it at first because they seem like they cool, they seem like they real, they genuine. I'ma just tell it like it is kind of people. And you think, oh, okay, we good, because you want to be, hey, J squared and CP3. You like when people are like that, but then the same people that come off like that are the very people that will cut your throat while you are still eating. Say they'll cut your throat. You talking, you don't even know your throat cut until you move your head. So this is the type of things that I notice, and that's why I really know at this time of my life, keep your circle small. Deal with only a few people. If you find that you can't be an adult and having adult conversations and have adult type of camaraderie with someone, you need to just X that person on out. They used to be cool, but they're not cool anymore. And you just have to accept things for what they are. Unfortunately, hey, Clean, everybody that seems cool that you started out with, you won't end up with. And that's just what it is. And so, hey, Meek, how are you? I don't have to go to work. So, hey, it's summer vacation for me. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. I wanted to share a video of that, but I would just say, just be careful of your circle. Make sure that you keep it small, and make sure you watch who you are sharing things with. A lot of times people do. It's when people have a good nature about themselves, or they have a good heart, they are the people that sometimes get um, really disappointed the most, because they expect people to do and be like them, right? And sometimes, most of the times, it doesn't work that way, because we live in a world that does not operate like that. We live in a world where people will cut your throat and leave you for dead. The same people that laughed with you, that you had camaraderie with, that you talk to every now and then, that you that shared funny memes to you, uh that try to encourage you and say, hey, keep going, keep doing what you do, is the same people that will cut your throat. This is a cutthroat culture. So if you looking for people, a lot of people, to be a real friend, a good friend, good luck with that. Like I said, good friends and good people are few and far in between. I don't want to be pessimistic, but I gotta keep it real. It is, people are just not um they're just not compassionate anymore. They're not real anymore. If Mika offended me today, after I done calmed down, eventually I'm gonna have a conversation with Mika and let Mika know, we have a problem, because I'm feeling like you might have a problem with me, or I'm feeling like I might be having a problem with you. I don't know which one, but something is wrong. Hey, Drip, how are you? So I'm gonna go to Mika and be like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're not ready for the conversation, that's fine. Maybe another day, right? Because we're all on different, we all got a lot going on, and some things we just don't want to deal with at the time. I get it. But eventually we need to have this conversation, um, and not be shy about it, right? Or not be avoided. I would say this avoidance thing that, and I get it, because sometimes I have to avoid people at a certain time, because the wrong thing will come out of my mouth and it will destroy something that could potentially be something that could be a good friendship. You're right. So sometimes I have to kind of avoid at the certain times because maybe my hormones at that time or whatever I'm going through at that time might be the wrong time for me to have a conversation with you, because I might at that time maybe cuss you out. Um, but maybe at another time I'll be able to talk to you and be able to talk to you like an adult. You know what I'm saying? Um, so people talk about watching people's behavior, and and you have to read the room. Every time, there's something, you don't always have to, you can't always express yourself at the time because you don't know where that person might be mentally, emotionally, vice versa, right? So I always, because I know me, and I always kind of just step back and watch first, because I need to see whether I should tackle this situation or if I should wait for that person to come to me, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of the times I'm not gonna always come to the person. Sometimes I will kind of wait until I feel comfortable enough, and maybe some time has passed by, and I'll be able to say, hey, can we have a conversation, right? That's what adults do on YouTube. And when you're dealing with idiots, what they do is go back and forth, holler and scream, cuss and fuss. That's what pretty much our society has came, it has developed into. Uh, People do not know how to be reasonable with each other. I have talked to people in a reasonable having a reasonable conversation with them, and I don't like them. I think they are. I have talked to people that I think was really fake. I've talked to people that I thought I just couldn't stand, and if they were in front of me, I would try to mollywop their ass. There's a lot of different things just depending on how I feel, and so I always know that I can still have a conversation as long as they keep their energy at a level where it's respectful. I can have a conversation, right? But it has to be, the energy has to be right. And what I mean by that, you got to have two grown people or two calm people to actually have a conversation. Because if you yelling and if you raising your voice, I'm going to do the same thing. Now, sometimes because I am growing up a little bit, I may stay calm for a little bit. Um, because again, I'm trying to have a conversation, not a hollering match. But at the end of the day, I'm still human, and if you on that type of time, I'm on that type of time too. So it just depends on how you want to go with it. But for the most part, like I said, I think I think wishy-washy people are the people that you stay away from. Like I said, sometimes they like you, sometimes they don't. Hey Taryn, how are you? Um, I just really don't deal with some type of people, and I pray that the people that I deal with personally, that they don't see me as that, and if they do, please let me know. Now I've talked to some other closer friends, and they said no. I've been consistent with them, and again, every relationship can be different. Okay, so for some people you may be a little bit more consistent with, for some you may not. All right, so but for the most part, I really do not deal well with sometime people. I don't deal with wishy-washy people. I don't want to be wishy-washy. I don't want to be sometimey to the people I rock with or that I'm associated with, because again, some people you have associations with, that doesn't mean that you're friends. Okay. So I don't even deal with wishy washy associates. I will X you stage left and keep you out there, outside, or keep you at the balcony. I don't deal with people like that. I don't have the tolerance or the patience or the mind frame to understand what a wishy washy, sometimey person, what they're feeling and thinking. At this point in my life, because I am growing up and I have a lot of other things going on. I don't give a damn about any of that, because real life happens in all of our lives, and we all have something going on. Hey, Big Jeff. Hey, sweet Rita. Good to see you. And we all have something going on in our real life, and we ain't got time to deal with people that's up and down, over here, over there. Stay the hell away from me. Okay, that's the gift that you can give me, is staying away from me if you're like that. And some people don't even know that they're like that, right? Some people, Rita, you can meet and they have no idea that they are what they're talking about. That's why I said I always have my real friends be like, look, I don't believe on wishy washy. Now, when you piss me off, I might stay away from you for a minute because I know how ignorant I can be. But I'm eventually tell you, when we have a conversation, I didn't appreciate this, I didn't like this. Yeah. But everybody, hey Carl, hey Bama, everybody not like that. I get it. You said, listen, what triggered this drip? Because I've dealt with so many wishy-washy people on here. Um, you know, and on social media, even in some of your everyday life, people are like that. It's a job. You don't know what you're getting when you get them. So I would just say this is a general thing that most people deal with. Well, I know I deal with it. But I would think that I'm gonna just say for me, personal experiences that I've dealt with wishy-washy people, I have dealt with it more on social media than I have ever dealt with it in my real life. Because usually I can spot it a little bit better for some apparent reason in real life. And I already know I ain't dealing with this person because I ain't got time for it. I dealt with people that like I seen every, at work or something like that. Sometimes they'll speak and sometimes they won't. Now, sometimes people have things on their mind, and I've always considered other, all options and different things because I don't always want to put people in a box. And like I said, people have a lot going on. We all have a lot going on in our personal life, and sometimes we don't be thinking. But it was this one lady, I would always, I'm just giving you an example at work. Say it was another teacher that I used to always speak to, and I would always make an effort to speak to her. Hey, how you doing? She'd be like she didn't want to speak. She's like, hi, how are you? At first I said, well, maybe she's shy or, but I would see her interacting with other people. So I was just like, okay, well, I don't know what it is. And then I would just be speaking to her all the time. And I was always the first to speak to her. Now, mind you, I'm not looking for no friends. I'm just being cordial because we're crossing paths. We're working in the same school. It's just being cordial as a co-workers. So I'm not looking for any friends. So anyway, as I, kept speaking to her, I said, you know what, I'm tired of speaking to this heifer. I'm tired of going out of my way trying to speak to her and be nice, and she act like she don't want to speak. So I said, you know what, F it. I ain't speaking to her no more. As soon as I stopped speaking to that woman, do you know that woman started trying to speak to me? It was the weirdest thing. And she actually, good morning. I guess because I had stopped speaking. And at this time, I'm like, now I'm ignorant. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to say, you know. But, listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. I can be petty. But I was just like, it was just amazing to me how I spoke to this woman almost out the half of the year and she didn't act like she didn't want to speak. And then when I stopped speaking, then that's when she was like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, what's going on with this? Are you trying to be funny? Like, I don't know. So that's kind of I've dealt with little stuff like that. That's not really a big deal. That's just something that I've noticed that people do. And women are really bad with that. Like I've met some men, they'd be on a different level of wishy-washy. You'd be like, I think a lot of men are wishy-washy too, as I think about it, because yeah, I ain't going into that. that would be saying something, but that I'm not gonna talk about. But yeah, men. I think men are wishy-washy as just as much as women to think about it. Uh, but they definitely, I would say, women are really something else when it comes to that. They're very sometimey. I've met some that were very sometimey, but I've also met some people that were very consistent, and those are the people I gravitate to, and they gravitate to me, and I actually have relationships with. So all I'm saying is, hey, I said what I said, and happy birthday. Happy birthday. I said what I said. This is her birthday today. So you guys wish her a happy birthday. I hope that you have a wonderful day and lots of money and some lots of love. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, I don't deal well with wishy-washy people. I don't like them. I avoid them like a plague. I if I notice certain things in a person that's like that, I don't fool with them very long. I just back off, and once they look up, I'm gone. I'm not around. I don't want to talk. I don't want to have a conversation with you, because if you're that type of person, you'll switch at any time. It doesn't matter. And nothing has to be a switch for some of these people. Some of these people are just so wishy washy. You may have said one thing and you didn't mean to offend that person, and they will switch on you so fast as if they never knew you, right? So, hey, cutting edge. So, those are the type of people you stay away from. I will not tolerate no wishy-washy people. I am good with the circle that I have. Um, if I blocked you or you've blocked me, keep it that way. Um, let's stay blocked, and we can go on. I am a person, I can disappear. You won't even, you'll look up and you be like, man, I ain't seen, I ain't heard. I have already left. I have already disappeared. So I am a master at moving around, because I understand when I am not valued as a person. I understand when I'm not valued as a friend or whatever in your life, and I can do a disappear act on you. You won't have to do it on me. I've already did it to you. Um, and some things in my life I don't tolerate, and that is a thing I do not tolerate. I don't tolerate those type of people. And in the new coming year in 2000, especially, well, I started already in 2025. In 2026, I see my circle getting smaller and smaller, right? Because as I'm getting older, my tolerance level is bad. My tolerance level is like it's very low, very low. Where before I had a little bit more patience, I could work with it, I could maneuver, I could avoid, try to, act like I didn't see it, act like I didn't hear it. But at this time of my life, I hear and see everything, and I'm not going to act as if I don't or hear, I don't see, I don't feel it, right? I'm going to see it for what it is, and I'm going to move accordingly. See, I believe in moving accordingly. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to pretend being nice. I don't have to pretend being cool with your fuckery. I can just keep it moving. And if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. I don't have a problem, because guess what? Ain't nobody gonna whoop my ass, right? So I just learned how to deal and with people. I'm learning, and but the one thing I will say: keep your circle small. Um, Less friends, less people you have in your life, the happier you'll be. You don't have to sort through all these different agendas and motives and all this weird shit. One day they like you, one day you don't know if you might be dead to them. It's all this weird stuff. I don't have to deal with it. So, and I like to deal with people that are consistent, that I don't have to worry about. Um, and a lot of the times it's I would say it takes time sometimes to get there. Hey Don, it takes time sometimes to get there and to meet people like that. Like it was an older lady at my church used to say it's good to know people for a summer and a winter. And basically what she was saying, get to know people, don't just be so in a rush and accept people sometimes for face value. That's basically what she was telling me. So in this time of my life, like I said, in 2025, it started. I'm not taking people at face value. You can kick rocks with open toe shoes and sit on glass, maybe even eat it. Um, I'm just not really interested in acting nice anymore. I think that that's disingenuous, and it's wasting my time. So instead of me playing nice and playing cordial because that's the right thing to do, or I think it's the right thing to do, or I don't want to hurt any feelings, or I don't want to, you know, displease anyone, instead of me doing that and faking and shaking, I'll just rather just be like, no, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not being nice. No, I'm not going along with your program. No, I'm not going to agree with what you everything you say. Yes, I will give you some pushback if I feel like it. Yeah, I don't like you. Stay away from me. Yeah, please don't speak to me. We ain't cool like that. Like it's just things at this point. And you can still be I would say decent with people, but you also have to be real with people and tell people exactly or show people that you ain't to be played with. It's real simple. As one, two, three, as my dad would say. It's real simple, but people make it hard. Like I said, wishy washy people, fake people, stay the hell away from me. I pray I don't be wishy washy. I pray I don't be fake. I pray that I always keep it real, and not just say I keep it real and be the first one lying to myself and lying to other people, or not being straightforward, being passive aggressive, doing subliminals, when I could just say I don't like you, or I don't agree with what you did. What you did was messed up. You on some bullshit. Like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can still tell people how you feel without being disrespectful. Like I can still talk, I can tell people without being disrespectful, and unless they get there, and then I might say something disrespectful. But you can have conversations with people and be truthful and not be disrespectful. Period. So, and this is kind of where I am. So I have learned on social media platforms, when you don't do what people want you to do, or when you feel people feel slighted and by something maybe you said, um, and you've maybe tried to go to them and maybe have a conversation or maybe try to resolve it and they don't want that. That's fine too. And like I said, we both can go our way respectfully because I wasn't your friend no way. Like I say, when I'm cool with people, but as far as like if I'm your, a person that's real cool with you, and we've built some type of rapport with each other, um I'm going to make an effort to come to you, or I'm going to make an effort to have a conversation with you. I'm going to be open, but at the same time, because of my communication style, because of how I handle certain things, I might not say it then and there because um I don't want to damage the situation or make it worse. So sometimes it may take me some time to be like, you know what? Let me get myself kind of together before I have this conversation with you. Um so yeah, that's just kind of how I'm feeling right now. You said no matter how good of a person you are, you still will always be the villain. All right. That's right. 111. I hear that. And hello, how are you? You said on one of my lives, this was my conversation. Can I speak on this with you? Yeah, you can speak on it with me. I'll put the link in the chat. You want to come up? You said it's thundering over there. I don't know what's going on with this weather. It's just kind of bad weather over here in Dallas. When it get too bad, I'm gonna have to get off because I don't play that. Might mess up my internet. So I put the link in the chat. If anybody would like to come up for a few minutes, you're more than welcome. And but yeah, and Drip, I think I did sub up to you. If you're a content creator in here, if I have any mods in here, hey Lionel, if I have any mods in here, can you put certain people in here? Drip has a channel. Taryn has a channel. Big Jeff, I don't know if you have a channel or not. I said what I said has a channel. Cutting Edge, if you still in here, I don't. Sweet Rita, I don't think you have a channel. But put these people channels in here if you can. Hey Drip, what's up?
What's up with you, Selena?
Not too much. So you were just talking about this.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot that was back ago, but that's a topic that I keep trying to push. Like, who's to say who's who, and who is to say who can say what, like on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? Whose rules are you following when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to this? You know what I'm saying? Because people are following certain people's rules, and most of the rules they following are the top dog of their sector, depending on how many in they chat. So to me, they're not going by their morals and shit because they're following what people are saying. So when people
Mm,
comes to chats and shit, are you following your morals? Are you following YouTube rules? Because everybody know the YouTube rules. No dead, no children, anything else goes. But when you go to certain people's page, they have their certain rules, and then you have people that disrespect it. So it comes to who you fucking with and who you not. So my question and my lie was, who's to who to say who's who in a sector? Or is it table men or table women that take votes on shit that people supposed to do on here? Or you know what I'm saying? What's going on?
well, I guess I can understand what you're saying on that. I know for me, I make my own rules. And what I mean by that is, if I've been raised a certain way, there's just certain things I'm really try to stick with it. Um being honest with my supporters, being honest with my subscribers, and make sure I show them, who I am. Now, I'm not going to tell them all my business because that's not safe, that's not smart, but I will be a little bit transparent so that they, hey, Lions Den, so that they can see that I'm a real person with real problems, just like anybody else. But also, I don't talk on kids, I don't talk on so when people have said that I've talked on their kids or their significant other, they are damn lie. I always say deal with your
But
kids and your
Selena,
wife.
everybody know the rules. I mean, everybody already know the rules on here, and like I haven't started going live yet because I'm not with the scratch, and you know what I'm saying, that back and forth arguing with men or disrespecting women. I ain't on that.
Hmm.
I'm like everybody else does. We come to have real conversation and meet new people.
Right.
But at the same time, you know the drama gonna come, and the drama brings numbers.
Yep.
So would you shut it down? I would, you know what I'm saying, if it's mine. But then you got people that have different rules for their pages.
Mm.
So when people tell you you can't do this and you can't do that, and you on different pages, then that's giving a lot of mixed emotions on what you could say on anybody's shit. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah, but my thing, my the subject was for me, because I was talking about wishy washy people. You're talking
Right.
about rules on YouTube. I'm just saying my rule is not to deal with those type of people.
No, but I'm
Because
on
like
the same thing with you. I'm on the topic. That was just my intro because there's a
yeah,
lot
I
of
understand what you're
wishy-washy people
saying.
on here, and I'm not
Mhm.
scared to say names on this motherfucker because there's a lot of wishy-washy people on here, and my name is in a lot of conversations, but they
Oh,
don't really
okay.
know about me. You know what I'm saying? Only thing they
Mhm.
know about me is what they heard instead of talking to me. But
Oh,
then
okay.
when I start to talk, they already got an idea about me for what somebody else said. Get where I'm coming from?
I mean, yeah, that's what people do on YouTube, especially any type of social media platform. They gonna go by what their favorite content creator is saying, rather than just being observant and staying out of it and keeping their opinions to their damn self. But
Right.
because
So
of their,
that's
yeah,
why I led with the who are you following with the rules and shit, or are you on your own? Because as a content creator, you have your own page. You can do what you want on your own shit. When you're on somebody else's shit, you gotta respect it. And I respect that. But I hate to point to where if you try to bring your opinion to somebody else's shit, they try to shut you down or redirect what you're trying to say.
okay, yeah, I've had that to happen. A lot of it's a lot of, I would say, false narratives, especially when they start redirecting the conversation or making you seem like you said something when you didn't say that. Like, it's a lot of
Correct.
gaslighting and stuff like that. So I believe I understand what you're saying on that aspect. Um,
That's what I'm on, though. I mean,
yeah,
that's a part of what I'm on, though. I'm hitting on your conversation, but I'm just hinting around some stuff that I've been through that's going to lead to your conversation. So I'm just up here for you.
right,
That's why I pulled up. Yeah. So I
right,
might have
Drip.
my comments, but I'm here. I'm up here with you, and I'm chilling with
Right, I agree. Yeah, I like I said, I have made so many mistakes because I did not know the politics of YouTube. I didn't know. I just came in and I was just thrown into just doing my own thing. So
you.
a
Yeah, but
lot of things.
Selena, that's probably where you
But let me,
messed up because
yeah, but let
on
me finish.
YouTube,
Let me finish this.
yeah, yes,
So
ma'am.
I bumped my head because I didn't understand. Uh, okay, how you doing?
Doing good. Yo, what's up? Yeah,
Hi.
you. Yo, what's up? It's 111 theory. All I gotta say is YouTube can be a hectic place.
Right,
Rumors spread around pretty quick. Anyway,
right.
best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to 111. I appreciate that. Um, like I was saying, I just made a lot of mistakes, but I've learned from a lot of things. I learned to also watch how I allow people to pull my emotions out of me, because I understand that for some people it's a game. It's a game. And I also understood too that you keep your circle small, just like in real life. You do that even on a social media platform. I noticed that you can't really get with a lot of content creators. A lot of times, other content creators fall out with other content creators for the most stupidest things I've ever seen, but they do. And what do you do after that? You just learn how to just keep it moving, deal with the people that rock with you, and if and just I would just say
It's
avoid them. Like
different
I said,
ways to do it though, Selena. Like the way I do it, because the way I was brought in the game, the way you come in the game, like you was explaining a while ago, is the way people gonna look at you. So if you
mhm,
come in hypey, they're gonna look at you to stay hypey. If you come in calm, they're gonna look at you to stay calm.
right,
But you got people that picks you that'll pick one comment out of the chat. You know what I'm saying? To
mhm,
pinpoint you. But once you come in and you make a name for yourself, that's what people gonna expect from you. So yes, you have to keep your circle low because what I do is like when I come in y'all chat, I speak to the host.
right,
So whoever speaks to me after I speak to the host, it lets me know who really fucks with me. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Because you be around all these people all motherfucking day. Speak to the host and see who speak to you, and you'll find out who really fuck with
mhm. Okay, it's pretty interesting. Okay, um, what do you let me share this video with you, and I want to see what your opinion is of this. I'm gonna share this live.
you. You
I
finna pull
saw.
up a screen.
Yeah. Hold on
Okay.
just a second. Let me see if it'll come up. Hopefully it okay. Did come up. Okay, let me go back to. I hope this weather's not getting bad because it's starting my connection. Okay,
It's
hold on
bad here
just a
too. We've been
minute.
having flash flood warnings for the past 3 days.
Are you in Texas?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma? Oh yeah, you even worse. It's even worse there. Let me.
Boy,
So those are what wishy-washy people do. They can't. If you go to them, they will not have the conversation with you. It's like I don't want to deal with this. I'm done. So
I call it weak because you're actually following the pack leader. Whoever you think is the powerhouse around the area, that's who you're following instead of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So
mhm,
that's just weak to me.
right.
Talk around it.
And she's right. A lot of the times we are always, well, I know for me when I was a person that really cared, um now I'm getting to the point now I'm just like I- like I said, go sit on some glass. Um I was one of those
Instead
people
of go
like,
running
oh, what did
traffic.
I do? I didn't do anything. Da 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 da.
No, that ain't the thing though. The shit that gets me that everybody say, I used to think that it was a woman thing, but now I hear more men saying it. I
You
don't
just move
understand.
accordingly.
I don't understand. That 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 chaps my ass every time somebody say I don't understand, but you claim that you're mature, you're very understanding, you know what I'm saying? And you know life, but then when somebody spits something real at you, the first thing you say is, I don't understand to get a longer explanation. I said it the best way I could the first time.
Right. Now, who is this Elena? Elena, if you can cam up or something to let me know, because I've never seen you on my platform, so I can't let a lot of people up if I don't know who you are. So if you can cam up or put your hand in the air, something that I know you because are human. You ain't a pump. Uh, okay, so you done got off. Yeah, I don't let a lot of people
You
up if
got
I
any
don't know you.
banners? Click on my
Yeah, I
face and
think I
put me on the
do.
big screen. Put me on
I
the big screen and before you
well
pull up.
she Yeah, she already he or she already stepped down because like I said, I don't like a lot of people playing with me late at night. This so people, if you gonna come up, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't need any problems tonight. Let me keep yeah, I don't understand. And you said that kind of irritates you when people say that.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean, we see it a lot. Like people follow where the action is. Like they could see some bullshit on here. Like we know YouTube drama sells. You hear me? So that's where people flee to. But then they can hear some bullshit within the conversation, but they won't speak on it because they feel like it's a heavy hitter or they be scared about what's going to come back at them. You know what I'm saying? So that's my slogan now, and everybody know it. I'm here now. And when I mean that, those are for the wishy-washy people that when I did start popping up, they start acting weird. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Start using seniority. Oh, you ain't been here that long, or you know what I'm saying? Who knows you? That type shit. That's the shit that pissed me off. I used to be a chat rat, like everybody called it, but now that people got me fucked up, that's why I say I'm here now. But these grown men that's saying this shit to me, that was calling me to panels, they can't sit and have a grown conversation with me. So
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck are we even talking about?
Oh, that's right.
Sleep about
They
it,
can't even
guys.
tell me how a
Laugh
grown
at
man
it.
start a conversation without talking about somebody. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But you 35 plus.
Right.
That's the shit I
See it
be
for
on.
what
So I
it
feel you with
is,
that wishy
because the
washy.
person is not, like I said, they're a coward. They're doing these things because they're not man or woman enough, and they probably secretly admire you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they do these little things to try to get a rise out of you. It's just so freaking childish. I would rather you tell me what it is that I did that I offended you than you to be one way today, one way next week, one way. I mean, people can be so over the top. They can be like so overly like, "Hi, how you doing?" Da, 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 da. And then the next day, they're ignoring you. They ain't speaking. They ain't got nothing to say. Y'all, are we in 10th grade? Are we in elementary school? I'm oh I really call it, y'all. I really call it like fake love. Fake love, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's fake. It's fake. And I see it, and you can tell what the person is doing. And it's like, why keep trying to um, you know, please that person? So, guys, in a nutshell, there are sometimey people, wishy-washy people surrounding us each and every day. They're in your circle, they're at work, they're in your family, they're in your social media. They are here in Fire, guys. Once you identify that they're wishy-washy or they're sometimey, realize what you're dealing with. Don't take it personal. Don't get emotional about it. Realize what you're dealing with and act accordingly. That's all you got to do. Act accordingly and realize that this person is the way they are because they are a coward. They don't have enough gauze or guts to come to you like a man and or a woman, like I said previously, to tell you that you've offended them. Because sometimes you can offend somebody, you don't even know that you offended somebody. You know what I'm saying? How do I know that I offended you if you don't come and let me know? So yet still I'm going on carrying on like nothing. You offended, so you're gonna be wishy-washy with me instead of just saying, you know what? Anyways, y'all, I hope something that I said got you through this video. I'm
So basically, like I said, this was a video that I saw that I I understood and could relate to. But I'm learning sometimes not to take everything so personal. But some things that may be a little personal, I'm also learning to just kind of just be like, it is what it is. There's no other way
But
to
then
say
that
it.
goes to like when I was talking about the way you come in is the way you're gonna have to keep it up. You even said it yourself. So
Right.
even it don't even have to have nothing to do with you. You can comment on somebody else's situation, which is part of the content and what we do in the chat. But when they pick that one comment out, that puts you in a situation. So you gotta watch what you say around here, or you're gonna be put in it. So if you know the YouTube game, do not put yourself in this shit when you already know what it's about.
Exactly. And like I've been, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off here because it's starting to rain and stuff. But I'm gonna say this: being emotionally invested in a lot of people, especially people on social media, is a bad idea. If you got any sense, and even in real life, don't be so emotionally invested in people. Only be emotionally invested in people that have been tried and true. People that you have, can have trusted, and you've dealt with them and you've seen how they operate. But other than that, I would say do not be overly emotionally invested in these people on social media. People will surprise you every time. Every time you turn around, people are going to surprise you.
Please don't get invested because these people have sectors. You hear me? So when they
Yeah,
have a sector, you are nothing to them. And even in their sectors, they fight within each other. You hear me?
right.
I'm from where I'm from. And if you know what I'm talking about, you can't get rid of it for only two reasons. You know what I'm saying? So it's either grow up, address your issue, leave it alone, or just shut the fuck up.
That part, Drip. I agree with you 100%. Thank you so much for coming in and being a part of my platform. And put your link in the chat. I guess I don't have any mods still up, but if you can put your link in the chat, I would truly appreciate it.
Okay. I'm gonna
Uh,
put my handles instead of my links.
yeah,
I don't think I got no links, so I'm gonna put my handles in there.
yeah,
And like I said, like I was calm. I was brought here. Like I've been around YouTube, but like as far as my name been out here, I've been doxed and all that, so don't nothing bother me. But I was brought here under my own recognizance. You hear me? So y'all get to know me. I went live a couple times, but like my slogan now is I'm here now. So for all the motherfuckers that been pulling me out the chats and talking all y'all shit and I ain't said nothing, just remember I'm here now. So be ready for it.
all right. Drip, drip gangster. So the moral of the story is do not be overly emotionally invested in people. Learn who your real people are, your real ride or die people. Stick with them, be consistent with them. Don't be sometiming. But expect some people to change on you. Expect people to show who they really are and accept it for what it is and even who it is, because people are going to be people at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Drill, for coming up.
But always
Mhm.
remember these people are nowhere near you. They can't touch you. Ain't nobody finna pull up on shit. So all this shit these motherfuckers be talking about that gangster shit, they only do that when they losing a scratch or a battle. So all
Mhm.
that pull up shit is irrelevant. Quit
Right.
being nervous of this shit, cause ain't nobody. I'm not finna put gas in my car to go fight a nigga, and ain't no nigga finna put gas in their car to come fight me to get beat up in my city. So y'all stop with that threat shit. You hear me?
Ooh, yeah, I got you. I got you, Drip. My boy Drip came up. Now in his sector where he is now, they real beef. So
Stay hypey. You hear me?
yeah, yeah. So if you think you doing something over here in some of these other sectors, you have no idea. No idea. So, guys, love y'all to Reese's Pieces. I'm finna get out of here. But I hope you enjoyed my live and I hope you learned something from this conversation. Don't be overly emotionally invested in folks and keep those sometimey people out of your space, your life. You'll be a lot happier when you stop dealing with people like that and learn to be consistent and have consistent people in your life. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
And you would know you on some real shit if you won't do nothing I wouldn't do. Keep that in your vocabulary.
Boy, bye. I see you later. I see
Bye.
you later. Bye. See y'all.
Salina, Salina, Salina.
It's a vibe, baby. Oak Cliff girl, can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl, put them heels on and rule.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
We can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe. Yeah, you gon' be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to to each other. With the lights on top of the covers, just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.